interesting thing here is Gannon's coming off of a submission win at Cage Wars 62. Now, although Aiden McKiernan is 0-0 in MMA, he's got a grappling win and a kickboxing win. So this guy's been in competition and been active.
It's so dangerous for me as like the novice guy on the set to look at these guys come down and go, that guy's not going to do it. That guy's not like right now. You got to really see how it sizes up in here because like you guys mentioned, novice, brand new. We don't know how they're going to handle the cage once they get in there. But I'm just looking at guys. I'm like, that guy. It looks like a lacrosse player to me. That doesn't look like a fighter.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm going to bring up a name like Roy Nelson.
Okay.
You can't judge a book by its cover.
That's a bloated cover that'll knock you out right there.
It is. A black belt in jiu-jitsu and somebody will knock your head off your shoulders.
I drank a lot of beers to him.
That's the worst person to run into in a bar, just drunk on a stool.
Well, because it's going
to be a terrible night for you.
Thank God for cage fighting because he was going to be fighting someone somewhere. At least they made a sport out of it that he can go and be safe in.
I'm sure he still does.
Oh, can you imagine? That's the worst thing in the world. Your worst luck. You bang that guy.
This big fat guy with a mullet.
And you're like, oh, what's he going to do to me?
Right.
And then you wake up 3 days later.
Yeah.
It's about to be a prison movie. That's what's going to happen.
Now, I'll say this. As Gannon Odierno makes his way into the cage, he's tall.
No,
is that McKiernan?
This is Aiden McKiernan.
Okay. Well, he's tall and
very happy.
And extremely happy.
You know, and again, that can go two ways, though, with that level of excitement, because whether you want to or not, your body is using that nervous system energy right now.
It looks like everybody, if you're not seeing it as it's happening, his face is the same face that my dog makes when I leave the fence open, and he just runs through the yard. He was so excited.
And that's what you got to love. These guys are in for a violent dance.
Right.
And he's just loving it.
Yeah, he looks about as relaxed as you'll ever see. And how much experience does McKiernan have?
He's got a grappling win and a kickboxing win.
Okay. I was going to say, because a guy whose first name rhymes with Cannon is about to walk down and try to punch you in the face, and you're excited.
We see Gannon Odierno with Dove Holmes, Al Morrow, former champ for Cage Wars, and the rest of the team.
He's got a little Logan Paul-esque kind of facial features.
He does.
Does that mean you want to punch him?
Logan Paul's face is very punchable.
Very punchable face.
Logan, yes, but I don't want to punch Gannon, though. No.
No. Gannon looks like he just took his Zyn out to come in here. Maybe straight chewing tobacco. He may not have advanced his Zyn yet. He can't hear me, right?
Well,
no.
when he watches.
Yeah, later.
When he watches later.
Both these guys are really long, lanky guys. So, in the first couple fights, we've had the shorter guy, the longer guy. Looks like these two are going to kind of negate that length.
Now, knowing what we know about them, are we expecting bangers, or are we grappling? What do you expect?
Well, as I said, with Aiden McKiernan winning two fights of grappling and kickboxing, he's showing that he can compete on the feet or on the ground. Gannon winning by submission. MVMMA is known for their wrestling. They're known for their TKO stoppages, ground and pound. So, he pulled off a submission win. So, I'm expecting him to be able to stand or go to the ground.
So far, 2 good fights to follow. They got a lot to live up to. I'd pass out just getting the chest tattoo that Gannon's got.
I didn't make it out. Did you see what the design was or is?
I think it's the background set for Bubble Guppies. No, I was wrong.
Aiden McKiernan in the blue. Gannon Odierno with the red tape. We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo for the official introductions.
Our next bout on the card for Cage Wars 65, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. It is in our middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday 184 pounds. Representing the Performance Company out of Wallingford, Connecticut, Aiden McKiernan. And his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in yesterday at 184 pounds. Representing Mohawk Valley Mixed Martial Arts out of New Hartford, New York, Gannon, the Cannon Odierno.
If the judges are
Man
scoring
in charge of the
fight,
action at
Aiden
the
has
sound
punched
of the
himself 72 times.
He did the Mark Wahlberg from Fear.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, no. Let's give you that then. That didn't end well for him.
McKiernan in the black shorts, Odierno in the white. I have no idea what to expect.
I expect McKiernan to come out swinging.
I do. I think we're going to stand and bang for as long as it lasts.
Again, both these guys really big guys for the
Yeah.
division.
Absolutely.
Long reach. Oh, good.
Oh!
Nice shot right there.
McKiernan is a monster. And again, novice. Sorry, Will. We're novice, so no ground and pound to the face.
Again, as we mentioned earlier, ground and pound to the body, knees or punches.
Which
Gannon
is
controlling the hands, looking to elevate. Good job by Aiden, trying to pass.
Aiden appears to be the stronger of the two competitors.
Absolutely. But again, when you use that much muscle, I mean, it works out in the beginning of the fight. But if this fight continues, is that going to be a draw for him?
I feel like Odierno kind of wants this down here, and you've spoken about his wrestling and grappling.
Odierno transitions in the side mount, looking to isolate the left arm.
Talk us through what you're seeing here.
Trying to isolate Gannon's left arm for that Kimura or Americana.
And because of no ground and pound to the face, this actually feeds into winning a grappling competition or two.
100%. You know, that's why it looks like he's trying to transition to a potential knee on belly. Right now, there's not really much going on. He's holding him down, making it uncomfortable, and again, looking to go right back to that left arm.
And this is where the novice rules really hurt someone like McKiernan here. It takes away opportunity.
Odierno looking for some frames. McKiernan looking to step over.
Oh.
Odierno's got to turn into him. He's trying to roll him, but McKiernan's just too big, has too good of a base. Looking to go knee on belly. You hear the corner yelling knee on belly.
Do you get the sense if he could do ground and pound to the face damage, this fight would have been over, Will?
He certainly would definitely try to ground and pound to the face to open up that shoulder lock, that key lock.
Yeah.
Now from the bottom, can Odierno throw elbows to the rib cage?
No
or?
elbows in amateur in
all?
New York State. No,
Okay.
not until we get to pro. So
This is a mauling. I mean, this is just.
it is. He's looking for the choke.
He's turning into it.
He's going to take his
He's got
back.
his back.
Less than right on 30-second mark.
I tell you, give Odierno credit though. He's staying in there tough and.
But this has been a completely dominant round for McKiernan. Looking for the backpack.
It is, Will, but it's also it's 3-3-minute rounds and might be an opportunity if McKiernan starts to tire. We'll look back on this first round and think
10
he
seconds.
survived. He's got
And
8
again,
seconds
you know,
left to go.
he may be burning those arms out right now. Looking for that key lock again.
There you go.
Well, we've already made it longer than the first two fights combined.
There you go. There you go. And now, so if you're Odierno, your entire goal in this universe right now is not end up on your back again very early.
100%. If you get on your back, get to a hip, do what you can to get back up, get your back against the cage, try to walk up the cage, whatever you have to do, because as we just saw, I mean, McKiernan is going to have the advantage on top.
He looks a little winded, but he doesn't look like he's done by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but out of the two of them, it does appear McKiernan's breathing heavier. Again, when you wrestle at that level and you're squeezing that much, I mean, 3 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was relentlessly seeking that submission for 3 minutes.
I mean, I challenge the folks at home, if you don't believe us, go out in your garage, put your hands up for 3 minutes and just bounce around.
Listen, I was just thinking 3 minutes of walking around the casino would be too much for me, but if you want me to put my hands up too, okay.
Let's see what kind of adjustments Odierno is going to make here for round two, boys.
Well, for one, I feel like he's just going to come out and start swinging for the fences.
But you do that. You give your opponent an opportunity to change levels.
Oh! And a good strike early by McKiernan. Looks like he's going to do more of the same.
Yeah, McKiernan was able to eat that one punch and get a hold of the hips.
Trying to grab that left leg, scoop it away from the cage, and down.
Yeah.
This isn't a terrible position right now, is it, for Odierno?
But he's got the arm in, so the choke isn't really a threat right now. He's going to fight the hands. Right now, he needs to use that cage and walk up. Easier said than done when you've got that pressure on top of you, though, of course.
And it's harder for him to breathe, too, because he's got McKiernan laying on top of him.
Absolutely. That's the point of being on top. You want to be heavy. You want to make it uncomfortable. You want to wear your opponent out.
You know, Will, I always wanted to know this. When you're getting instructions, if you're Odierno right now and you're getting instructions, are you able to hear your corner tell you what to do?
It all depends where you are, how you feel in the moment, what kind of a flow state you're in. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Then there are athletes who always do, and we've noticed some of those.
Like they're only conditioned to hear the sound of their trainer's voice.
But again, this is not a good look for Odierno when it comes to the judges. Now he's trying to isolate that right arm. You hear Odierno's corner saying, use the hips, buck, create some separation.
He tried to do that like explosive hip thrust, and it right back to where he started.
Halfway through our second round with McKiernan dominating so far the first half of the fight.
And again, it's not a pretty fight, but Odierno's controlling the action. Looking for the back. Can Odierno slip through the back door? Bring that left arm through. There we go.
Right
good awareness by McKiernan. Apparently the beating of the chest works.
Right. What are you going to do to me? I already punched myself. It's very intriguing because how different is this fight if they can ground and pound to the head?
It almost seems like if you're Odierno, you don't ever want to fight with these novice rules again.
No, but also, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, when you're on top like this, just throwing those punches to the face is going to open up other opportunities for those chokes, for those submissions, for the locks. We're coming up on 30 seconds again, just a completely dominant round for McKiernan.
At what point, if you're the referee, are you looking at potentially standing them up too? Is there enough?
If you're not, looking for a submission, if you're not passing positions, if you're not pressuring, if you're not making it uncomfortable for the guy on the bottom, that's when Laszlo Huve may step in.
I can't see myself being comfortable with either of these guys laying on top of me. So,
right.
Yeah, you aren't P. Diddy.
No. Confused. I know I look a little bit like him, but
5 seconds left to go. Round number 2. And worse, there's nothing you could do about it, Jeff.
Be like Meek Mill.
There's nothing you could do about it.
You'd be bent over in a pool.
No. All right, I'm ready to fight now. Now the fight's on.
At some point, right? You got to come out.
Right.
Come out scratching and clawing.
Back to the wall, friends. Back to the wall.
All right, here we go, guys. Something
look
tells
at
me
that
this,
ring girl.
Something tells me this may go to a decision.
Sorry, just trying to reclaim my manhood after that.
Levac knows her, I'm assuming.
My wife is watching at home, so I
Yeah,
cannot partake.
we need
Oh
to-
no! Well, I remember when they came by. You asked them, if they had any interesting books they were reading.
What their favorite colors were.
Right. Yeah. It was a very. I mean, and then of course Brian told him to check out your Instagram, which doesn't exist.
Which
The fight started.
Yep. So
Yeah. Brian is just screwing everything
I
up tonight.
haven't gotten anything right.
I feel really sorry for Chrissy Cavada in the morning. You can check Brian out on GNA.
Right. And feel sorry for Chrissy, too. Third round, dominated by McKiernan, but a game Odierno, who right now just kind of got to throw caution to the wind. If he ends up on his back, it's just going to be 3 more minutes of punishment.
But again, his opponent's looking to change those levels. You've got to keep the distance. Odierno's looking for the trip. And as you can see, this is McKiernan's game plan. Get him against cage, pick the ankle, pull him to the ground.
Just overpower him, just maul him.
Well, he's doing a nice job reaching down and he'll grab that left ankle and pull him away from the cage. Here we go again. Look for that left ankle.
An interesting thing happens. If Odierno is able to withhold this.
But again, he sucks that leg out. When you've only got one leg left on the table because his right leg was in the air, much easier to take you down.
He was able to land a couple of clean shots in there, too.
Yeah, if he can get back on his feet, he might have a chance, but so far it's just been completely controlling him.
Looks like he can get up, though, if he powers through, doesn't it, Will?
No, he's got his left shoulder into him against the cage, so he's kind of stuck. Now, Odierno's doing a good job trying to grab the underhook, trying to create some leverage.
I don't know. I sense a thrust, and I think a little bit of a seismic shift coming in the next 30 seconds, but...
McKiernan just looks so frustrated right now.
Yeah. McKiernan, right?
No.
Like he can't do...
Odierno
Odierno does,
yeah.
yes. But even for McKiernan, I mean, if this not novice rules, he's throwing bombs to the face right now.
Odierno looking for that frame on the left side. Trying to stop McKiernan from getting full mount. He's
been living in side control.
Looking for that arm lock on the left side.
Not the prettiest match, but it's been interestingly competitive.
And really, Odierno was a good position there. The shoulder and the arm wasn't in real danger.
McKiernan just looks bigger.
Yes.
Like, he just looks like a larger athlete.
Well, and they may weigh in at whatever weight, but who knows what they walk in the cage at that 24 hours later.
And that could be a 15 to 20 pound variance
100%.
easily by the time they actually fight too.
1 minute left. Again, not an exciting fight in this, the fans' eyes, but utter domination by McKiernan.
Agreed.
And you can't see McKiernan is looking for the finish. He's trying to get a hold of the wrist. He's trying to get a hold of the arm. He's trying to get to the mount. Now he looks like he's got the posture on top of him. He's gonna let him breathe it out.
Yep, and here's the thing. He's looking for that left arm, but when you're against the cage like that, it's really tough to create the torque on the shoulder.
I say the rule should be you stand him up no matter what the last 30 seconds of the final round.
You see Odierno grabbing that hand to try to reverse that external rotation. But again, that's a really tough angle to finish this in, especially with 20 seconds left.
Now they look like just talking to each other.
We got 15.
Can't see what's going on.
10 seconds.
10.
And that'll do it. Our third fight comes to a close after 3 rounds.
And again, anything could happen, but I don't think it will. I mean, that's quite obvious who won that fight. I mean, some judges may even score 1 or 2 of those rounds 10-8.
If you're Odierno, do you look at potentially trying to get down to a lower weight class, or is this just a mismatch because McKiernan is so big?
I think he looks at his game and he just really, fills that potential gap on his back, really working on sweeps, working on, getting to the hip, working on defending actively. I think if he does that, he'll be just fine.
Very workmanlike effort by Aiden McKiernan and
again,
their team here tonight.
Coming from out of town and fighting, even though MVMMA is not in town, they are a Cage Warriors staple. So again, he had the hometown advantage here, and you know what? He came in as a visitor and took the win.
There's something to be said for surviving all that, too. You can take the deep water late on, just never giving up, always fighting through.
People that do this do more than 99% of the people in the world. Most people will not enter this cage and do what they do.
I'm too pretty. Can't be doing this.
Waiting for the official announcement from Mike Falvo. Big thanks to the USMTA, our third-party sanctioning body, with Director Ed Kinner in attendance tonight. We see the judges at the score table.
Good buzz, good energy in the room tonight, too, guys. You feel it?
I do, but it's time to get back to some more aftershocks.
Yeah, the judges are afraid this is the most attention they're going to get all night.
We're bringing it up to Mike Falvo.
Yeah, that took way too long.
And as always, fight fans, a round of applause. And now, after 3 hard-fought rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to the official scorecard. Dave DeRossi scores the fight 29-28 for the red corner. Chris Polinsky scores the fight 30-27 for the blue corner. And John Lopez scores the fight 30-27 for your winner by way of split decision. Out of the blue corner, Aiden McKiernan.
Did they say split decision?
Oh, I have a feeling Ed Kinner is going to be talking to that judge.
That's